Lists, where we review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. We're your hosts. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad. And on this episode, we'll be exploring number 9 from Sports Illustrated's the top 50 sports movies of all time.
All right, and number 9 is Chariots of Fire, released in 1981, directed by Hugh Hudson, starring Ben Cross and Ian Charleson.
2 British runners, 1 Jewish and 1 Christian, are determined to win at the 1924 Olympics.
Okay, music is iconic.
Everyone knows everyone knows the theme song to this by Vangelis. It's extremely iconic. It's been used over and over again in stuff. It's been used in other movies, so everyone's heard this. You know, it's all, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's like synth. Dum, 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 dum. I mean, everyone knows this. Like, whether you've seen Chariots of Fire or not, whether you even know it's from Chariots of Fire, you have heard the theme song.
And I had never seen Chariots of Fire until we watched it.
There you go. But she knew what the theme.
But I knew what the theme song was.
Yes, and ironically, it's really only played in the very beginning of the movie, and then in the credits.
Yeah.
It's so
it's
weird.
Not play. I wish they played it a little bit more.
They should have played it a little bit more.
Yeah. This movie is very British.
It's extremely British. It's more British than a crumpet. It's slow, and it's dry, and it's very stiff upper lip. And holy crap, it's boring.
It is so boring, you guys.
This movie is like it's incredibly well made, and the performances are very good.
Yes, but it's
holy crap, this movie's boring.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. It's very dry. It's very slow paced. It took me a minute to understand what was going on, because you had all these guys that were in Oxford, yeah. Right? University, and they're like competing against each other, having a good old time. School's just starting. They have all this stuff going on. Like, you know, you could join choir, like all these extra things that they were doing. And then you had, all of a sudden, we go to Scotland. And I'm like, what are we doing in Scotland? Like, what?
Yeah, so basically it boils down to, so the 2 characters, you know, there's the Jewish one who he's always had a chip on his shoulder because he's always had to deal with the anti-Semitic element of things. So he's always felt that he had to just be better than everyone else. And then you've got the Christian guy who, his family doesn't exactly approve of how much time he spends in pursuit of this. They think it's kind of a folly.
Well, isn't he like a priest or something? Like a minister?
I don't think he's a minister. That's a little unclear to me. I think he's extremely religious.
Like, he's really involved in the church.
He's very religious. They both are. They're both very religious. And the thing with him, though, is, like, you know, he comes from a rich family, so they just don't take it very serious. Like, they think he's wasting his time doing it. They don't really understand, like, how good.
There he goes. He's running again.
Yeah,
you know,
like, quite how good he is. Like, that he's actually, you know, an Olympic caliber athlete.
Yes.
And then we kind of get to the crux of it, where these 2 guys end up flip-flopping their best races because one of the events falls on the Sabbath, and it happens to be the race that the Jewish guy is going to run, and he can't do it, you know, because
I thought it was the Christian guy.
No, it's the other way around.
I thought it was on a Sunday.
Was it on? I thought it was the Jewish guy.
No, it was.
Okay, maybe
it was the Catholic guy or whatever.
See how much we were paying attention.
Yeah. No, it happened on a Sunday. Okay. And him and his wife were like, I can't do it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
you know, these guys had, you know, the power of their convictions. I mean, like, Olympic athletes give up a whole hell of a lot to get to that point, and he gets to that point, and he has to make this really difficult decision just based on his own moral compass.
Yeah.
Because for him, you know, his faith is more important than this race, despite how much time he has spent and how much effort he has put into it and how much he wants this. But ultimately, it kind of works out for them.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story.
It is based on a true story. It was just very slow and just stuffy.
It's so slow that it takes a real long time to get from conflict to resolution, you know, like that, like, it's just like, it's unnecessarily slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I know part of that is the time in which it was shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of British movies from that time period are a little bit like this.
I think the most exciting part of the whole movie is when they're running on the beach and the music is playing.
It's iconic. It's an iconic shot.
I mean, and you hear the water
Yeah.
as they're going through it. That's probably the most exciting thing that happens in the whole movie.
Well-made movie. It's super well crafted. So you can't really dock it on terms of that, but it's such a slow film.
And there's like, I swear to you, there's probably like 1 to 2 women in this movie.
And they're like, this movie would not pass that test. What's it called? The Bechtel test. I mean, the women that are in this are either mothers or girlfriends.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you get a little tired of watching men just run around.
It's a little bit of a sausage fest for sure. And it's a boring one at that.
It's like English breakfast sausage.
It really is.
What else can we say about this movie?
It was nominated that year for Best Picture, I believe. Am I right?
Yes. And is this the one that won for Best Costume Design?
Like, dude, this is like up there, like with the English Patient. It's like, dude, you guys went to freaking
what's it called?
You went to like Banana Republic.
Republic to get your outfits, and you win Best Costume Design.
So dumb.
Like, this was what came out in '81. There had to have been movies with better costumes at that time. Had to be. Yeah, so that's basically Chariots of Fire.
Yeah, not a whole lot more to say about it. I mean,
there's a lot of running.
They run.
They pal around. It's kind of like an old boys club.
They run some more.
They run more. Music's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this may have been the first time that I don't remember Vangelis having an earlier score. So he did this movie. He also did the score to Blade Runner, which is fairly famous.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of known for like synth keyboard stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of his deal.
Makes sense. How did we rank it?
I gave it a 72. You gave it a 62. So the list score was 67.
All right. Tell us if we're totally off base. If this movie gets your goat, let us know in the comments. If you like the content that we're putting out, please like and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to write us directly, please do so at ratingthelist@gmail.com. But that's it for now. I'm Jerry.
I'm Brad.
And we're Rating the List. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.